Championship Game. Pittsburgh coming off a win over the #1 seed in the AFC, Indianapolis, taking on the Broncos, who knocked out the two-time defending champions, New England, a week ago. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with Bill Sims. There is a lot of excitement in the air when you talk about a game this big, this much talked about. I think both teams have to feel a little bit, Bill, like they're riding the wings of destiny with the wins they've had coming in here. But what about now? The battle time is near. The nerves are there. What do you see?
Jim, here's what goes on. We talked to the players and coaches, and they both admitted they're nervous about this game. And here's why. Because you finally realize one game away from the Super Bowl. And if you let nerves be a factor, especially early, that could be the difference in winning and losing the game. So stay calm today in a big moment.
Let's talk about Ben Roethlisberger. He was one game away as a rookie a year ago. He is the first quarterback to take a team to a conference championship game his first 2 years. He's been hot in the postseason with 5 touchdown passes in the 2 wins.
Well, he has been hot. Think about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They love to run the football. They have been trying. It's not working. So they put it all on Ben Roethlisberger. He has been making solid decisions. He's been throwing the football accurately. And I think he'll have to do both of those things today here to give the Steelers a chance to win.
And then you've got Jake Plummer. He was battling a flu earlier in the week. He's fine now, but all season long he's been battling critics. They've been waiting for him to stumble, to commit turnovers like the proportions of a year ago when he had 20 picks. That has not been the case. He has been solid all along.
I don't think Jake Plummer really cares what the critics say. That will be the perception of him until he goes to the Super Bowl, plays well, and he wins. And then everybody will just tolerate Jake Plummer, the quarterback. His teammates love him because he doesn't get a lot of publicity, limelight. He stays low. Not many quarterbacks in the NFL do that, and that's why they love him so much.
Well, as for the quarterbacks, it might be open season on these two because the blitz is in the game plan for both teams. It always is, and just last week the Steelers went right after Peyton Manning.
Both teams are here this week because they're blitzing. The Pittsburgh Steelers took advantage of the offense of the Indianapolis Colts. They made Peyton Manning not get the throws down the field. They won the game, and that's why they're here.
And then, of course, on the Denver side, another team that loves to blitz you.
Well, they're very complicated in what they do. They made Tom Brady just uneasy enough to make him make a few bad throws, and that helped them. Denver's defense is the most complex blitzing defense, I think, in the National Football League. And, of course, they're going to come with it again today.
All right, Phil, it's now time for the UPS Reliable Game Points. And, again, staying with that blitzing theme, this is a box office blitz kind of a day on this stage.
That's what it is. Whichever team has the most success blitzing is the one that's going to win. And also, pressure cooker for the kicker. Which kicker in a big moment? Last week we saw a kicker not make a big one. Who can do it today under a lot of pressure?
For your reliable game picks delivered by UPS, log on to CBSSportsline.com. Today's game brought to you in high definition by Sony. Cower Power and Mike Shanahan looking to go back to the Super Bowl. They've both been there before. We'll have it for you on CBS in a moment.
CBS football on a Sony HD TV. It's the world's greatest game on the world's greatest high-definition television. Enjoy today's broadcast in HD, exclusively presented by CBS Sports and Sony.
Yo, T.O., where you at?
I'll tell you where I'm at. I'm running routes in my head right now, catching the pass right now, scoring right now. It's been 3 long months. I've matured. I'm always hungry. I want to get better and better. That's what I take pride in doing. I mean, I can't be stopped. I play to win a game. I'm different. I'm a playmaker. I'm a game changer. But when I score a touchdown, I want to bring them to their feet. Get your popcorn ready. That's where I'm at. Where are you at?
Sunny skies, beautiful day here in the Mile High City. Let's go down to Bonnie Bernstein.
Jim, last night Jerome Bettis gave the Steelers a passionate 10-minute speech about helping get him to the Super Bowl in his hometown of Detroit. He said, "This is probably my last year. This is as close of a team as I've ever been a part of. Give 110% and help get me home." To Armageddon, who's with Denver.
Well, Bonnie, talking about speeches, Mike Shanahan made the speech of the year on Friday, talking about his defensive line that came over from Cleveland. You guys are all considered bust. Todd Sauerbrunn, nobody wanted you. You're nothing but trouble. And what about you, John Lynch? Why are you still playing? You're like 86 years old. He reached reached out, wrapped his arms around the entire team with this us against the world lack of respect message, Jim. We will see how it plays. Back to you.
Well, that message often works. Thank you, Armin. Bonnie. No one gave us a chance. That's what Mike Shanahan told us on Friday. And all season long, they've motored along under the radar. 13-3, the 2 seed, AFC West champions, and now hosting the AFC title game against a team that is trying to do something that's never been done before. Knock off the 1, the 2, and the 3 seeds all on the road to go to the Super Bowl. Pittsburgh kicking, and it's Reed with Adams deep for the Broncos. They'll take it from the 3. Test the right side, and nothing to work with there as he runs in to Sean Morey. Here comes Jake Plummer and the Denver offense. This quarterback, the mountain man quarterback, who has elevated his game to a whole new level of respect this season. He's going to the Pro Bowl as well. George Foster on that right side of the line, the self-proclaimed younger statesman for this limelight shunning group that paved the way to the second best rushing total in the league. And there's the old reliable Rod Smith, one of the vocal leaders in his 11th season. Another 1,000-yard season it was. From the 21, it's Anderson into a pile for about 2. Bill Cowher says his defense in the red zone and third down defense has, in his words, been huge during this 6-game win streak. Aaron Smith on the line, knows about Bronco Mania. Raised here in Colorado, went to Northern Colorado. Porter went to Colorado State, had the most sacks of any linebacker in the league this year. And then, of course, Troy Polamalu, who told us last night that this team responds because we've been pushed to the edge this season. Had to win their last 4 in the regular season to get in. Last team in. 2nd down and 8. And it's Anderson with a hole, but about 3 yards shy of the first. Clark Hagan's got to him first by the ankles. And Phil, what do you see when Denver has it?
Well, what we're going to see here today, Denver's offense. Shannon Sharp talked about it some in the pregame. Formations, different ones for the run and the pass. For Pittsburgh's defense, we talked to Bill Cowher last night. Very concerned about Mike Shanahan's script the first 15 plays because he goes, hey, he always shows you some new stuff and we got to be able to react to it.
Nothing new on the first 2 snaps, however. A couple of Anderson carries, and Tatum Bell now is in the backfield on 3rd down and 3. They'll go again on the ground, and Bell, nice effort. There wasn't much room, but Tatum Bell squeezes through for the first.
Oh, you know what? So many teams, or let me rephrase, so few teams in the NFL run in situations like this. 3rd and 3, and this is what really bothers the Steelers. Good blocking up front. Ben Hamilton gets a good block. Tom Nail in the center, excellent job getting his guy on the inside, but almost the whole NFL, 3rd and 3, they are going to throw it. When you play the Denver Broncos, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, they'll stick a couple run plays on you every game.
And there you see it. Denver's never lost when hosting an AFC Championship game. The first pass is a tight end screen to Putzier, who has the first and is out near the 50. A gain of 19 to Jeb Putzier.
Well, 2 tight ends in the game. They do the play action fake. Jake Plummer does not come out of the pocket. Screen plays. What's the lineman? They go down, and any time an offensive lineman hits the ground, remember the defensive player, what's he going to do? He's going to try to protect himself. That way, he cannot make the tackle. Good job of the Denver offensive line.
They've advanced the ball to the Pittsburgh side of the field. 1st down at the 49. Mike Anderson returns. Play action fake to Anderson. Plummer, who loves to throw, on the go. He avoids the sack and picks up a yard. Brett Kiesel makes the tackle on that side.
Well, the one thing, Pittsburgh Steelers being a little cautious at first because of the script. Watch the receivers when they go down the field. Jake Plummer's looking for somebody. The defense is being cautious, and there is nobody to throw it to. So Jake Plummer, he's smart. We talk about that decision-making so many times. He knows when to run it. Don't throw it into trouble. Didn't do it early in this game.
Double tight end formation, and it's Anderson on the toss. And another 3rd and about 4, maybe 5 coming up for the Broncos.
Well, you know, Jim, you said something before the kickoff. Talking about the Denver Broncos, they go under the radar. And you know why they go under the radar? Because think about their football team. Who is it that you focus on? There's not a superstar in defense. The quarterback gets no publicity because he doesn't care. So you can't latch on to it and get the national media going that way. The only person we ever talk about is who? Mike Shanahan. So I think that's the biggest reason why they've been under the radar all year long.
3rd down and 5, and Plummer, and that one falls incomplete. He was looking for Rod Smith. What typifies your argument there is Mike Anderson, 1,000-yard season after missing all of last year, never got any consideration or talk really as a comeback candidate, comeback player of the year, although there were meritorious honorees in Steve Smith and Teddy Bruschi who shared that award. But that defense has some stars in the Champ Baileys and John Lynch's, but it's, again, it just kind of went unnoticed by and large. Randall L. waiting for Todd Sauerbrunn, who had a standout performance last Saturday night, including forcing a fumble in New England inside the 10 on 3 occasions. And he does it right here. Fair catch made by Randall L. Ben Roethlisberger will get his first look when we come back.
Going to Phoenix.
There's an exciting new sound in travel. Everybody's downloading the Southwest Ding. Enter the Ding and Win sweepstakes at Southwest.com to win 2 free tickets a week for an entire year.
You are now free to move about the country.
At most banks, free checking is just plain checking. At Wachovia, it's paying bills online even when you're out of town. It's rewards points for groceries, gas, smoothies. It's a daily email showing you your account balance. And it's 5,000 ATMs, all free. That's extra free checking at Wachovia. How satisfied are you with your bank?
Wachovia, rated #1 in customer satisfaction 4 years in a row.
There are 2 kinds of people, 2 kinds of companies who change the world. Those who invent and those who deliver. SBC and AT&T have joined forces to create the most complete and secure network on Earth, so you can make the most of your world. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Avia obsessia, or obsession with birds, is a rare condition. The person will stop at nothing to satisfy their fixation. Symptoms include intense staring in anticipation of a bird encounter. This obsession with birds only gets more intense in adulthood. Once afflicted, there is no known cure.
Downtown Denver, it snowed here Thursday. Record-breaking snow season up in the nearby ski resorts, up in the Rockies. Roethlisberger and the Steelers snap it from the 9 with 3 receivers and coming out throwing, setting up a screen to Willie Parker. And Parker brought down at the 17, an opening play gain of 8 yards. Ben Roethlisberger, who wears that number 7 because one of his idols growing up was John Elway, who's here today. Jeff Harding anchors that line, Pro Bowl center, and a solid offensive line it is. And one of the interesting matchups today, Hines Ward, when he's going up against his former Georgia Bulldog teammate Champ Bailey. 2nd down and 2. Good protection for Roethlisberger, and again he finds a target. It's Randall L. and out of bounds at the 37, a gain of 20.
Pittsburgh Steelers, everybody thinks nothing but a running football team. So far in the playoffs, they have been throwing it and throwing it well. Ben Roethlisberger relaxed, stays in the pocket, and makes an excellent throw down the field against Hines Ward. They know. Everybody thinks we'll run. That's why they came out throwing the football once again.
Look at that record. On the road, 13-1. First down and 10. Steelers moving it, and now running it for the first time. Parker right into Courtney Brown, a gain of 3. The Denver defense. And Trevor Price, part of this stout defensive line that has put forth a season-long power surge. Big upgrade from a year ago, that whole line. Price the only holdover. There's Wilson. Talk about making plays. And Champ Bailey, who had the big game turner last week in the interception. He returned for 100 yards that set up a touchdown. Second down, we'll call it 8. Parker with his second grab and down at the 44. 3rd and 3 coming. How about the sim spotlight when the Steelers are on the attack?
Well, Jim talked about it already a little bit. They want to throw early so it'll settle the Denver Broncos defense down, stop them from blitzing too much. The Denver Broncos, when they do get in situations where you think they might blitz, they want to bluff it early because they want to see what Pittsburgh is going to do. Then they're going to come back with their plan of attack after that.
It's 3rd and 3, and a shift to the left. Baron Haynes is in for the Steelers. Roethlisberger looks right, look out, and it's caught on the rebound for a first. Champ Bailey had 6 going the other way. He saw it coming, but on the carom, Hines Ward, his former Georgia colleague, picks up the first.
Talked to Champ Bailey on Friday. He says, hey, this team, they like to throw those out cuts to the outside. And he goes, I look at the quarterback, and they throw, if they throw on rhythm, I will go for the interception. And what better chance is he going to have than this? It looks like it just goes right off his chest, up in the air.
Another first down for Pittsburgh. On the toss, Parker ridden down from behind by DJ Williams.
Jim, did you notice something? The Pittsburgh offense, what they're going to do is they're going to shift players around, and then they're going to put somebody in motion. There's Ken Wisenhunt, the offensive coordinator, because they're hoping for a mistake by Denver's defense, but if nothing else, make them think and make them slow down. Make them react instead of attack.
Second down, 6. Like Denver, driving it into the opponent's territory the first time, and the ball's loose. Parker fumbled. Denver recovers. Denver has it at the Pittsburgh 48. Al Wilson knocked it loose from Willie Parker, who claims he was down. Ian Gold with the recovery. Officials say Denver football. Parker coughs it up.
Ted Ferguson, Bud Light Daredevil. Today for a Bud Light, I'll attempt a stunt that no man should ever perform. I'll go shopping with my girlfriend during the playoffs.
This stuff is so cute. I'm gonna go try it all on.
Hey, time! Yes! Oh, he's down! Oh. Ted, can you hear me? Everybody focus! All right, get it off! Clear, clear. Let's go! What quarter is it? 3rd quarter.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it. Want to catch every big play on the perfect TV this year? Circuit City makes it simple.
I guess you're just what I need.
Right now at Circuit City, you'll get up to 10% off TVs. Plus, get no interest for 24 months on all TVs $4.99 and up. Our expert installation team can get you up and running fast. And we guarantee delivery in time for the big game on all TVs 30 inches and up. Circuit City.
The all-new Ram Mega Cab has an available Cummins diesel, the only reclining rear seats, and the most rear seat legroom in a truck. It has the world's biggest cab.
See you guys. Later. Okay. Who's riding shotgun?
I'm good. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Hi, honey.
Comfy back there?
The Dodge Ram Mega Cab. Yeah, it's that big. For the first time ever, get $1,000 overstock bonus cash and grab a Ram Mega Cab for around $32 grand.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 40. Dodge, you can take life as it comes or you can grab life by the horns. Dodge. And by refreshingly smooth Bud Light, always worth it.
During the break, Bill Cowher waited for his assistants in the booth who had access to the replays. He held the flag, and then they sent word, go ahead, you should. And they have, in fact, issued the challenge. They'll try to see if they can get this overturned and claim that Parker was down.
Well, it's going to be an interesting call, Jim. The ground can cause a fumble. Nothing is down on the ground. His knee does not look it's hit. Now the question will be, will they rule him down because his forearm hits the ground at the same time as the ball comes loose? So this is going to be up to the interpretation of Terry McAuley to see what he decides is right or wrong.
Willie Parker, in 351 career touches, had never lost a fumble until that one that's been ruled a fumble at this juncture.
Now, as I watched that replay, I did not see his knee hit, so that's the first thing I'm looking for. I didn't see any other body part hit the ground. The forearm is on the ground, but it's close, and I'm going to say, if you interpret this, I'm going to say you still leave it as a fumble. What do you think, Jim?
I agree.
After review, the runner's forearm was down, in control of the football. It will be 3rd and 7 on the 46-yard line. Pittsburgh is not charged with a timeout.
So they win the challenge.
Well, they win the challenge. I thought it was so close that even though his forearm was down, we said it, that they might not overrule it. But again, the knees are not down. The forearm hits.
He said the ball was in control when the forearm hit.
Well, it was in control as it went to the ground, and as soon as that forearm hit the ground, the ball popped out. So, well, I got to say it's a good decision.
It's going to be actually 3rd down. They have to get to about the 39 for the first. I love that shot a moment ago of Bettis with Parker and that mentoring that's been going on all season long. The bus to the young running back in his 2nd year from North Carolina.
2 big plays or 2 big breaks for the Pittsburgh Steelers early. The missed interception and getting the football back after a ruled fumble.
Roethlisberger, and they move the chains again. It's Nate Washington with the catch. He did not have a catch all regular season long.
Couple things. The blitz did come. The Steelers do a very good job inside. Ben Roethlisberger, well schooled. And I said it earlier, the Steelers not afraid to throw the football to the sidelines. And if the blitz is coming, there's not going to be any underneath coverage outside. Very good throw by Ben Roethlisberger.
A rookie free agent find out of Tiffin, undrafted, makes the catch for the first. Throwing on 1st down, no, he'll take off, and Ben just drops down at the line of scrimmage. Michael Myers and Ebenezer Ekuban gave him no opening at all.
Well, this is a 2nd-year quarterback that does not panic. That has been the key to his success. He looks out there, he knows it's a blitz, nobody's open. Don't just throw it out there. Make sure you see it before you let the football go, especially early in the game.
It goes down as a sack. 2nd down and 10 from the 33. Into round, they go to Ward. And anchoring down that side was the rookie Dominic Foxworth and Champ Bailey as well. He gained 5, but the Broncos secondary stood its ground.
You look at plays like that. Anytime you see flea flickers, reverses, the Steelers say these are our gadget plays. And they told us last night they go into every game with 4 of them at least. That time Denver does not overreact. Ken Wisenhunt calls them. They don't overreact, so they make the tackle just for a short game.
You said to Ken Wisenhunt, what do you call those? Trick plays? Gadget? No, they're gadgets.
They're gadgets.
They're gadgets. And the first one goes for 5. It's 3rd down and 5 from the 29. With 4 receivers in there, Roethlisberger going deep, and he is almost intercepted. Instead, Washington knocked away the pick. Foxworth had his hands on it for a long time. But Nate Washington, who had picked up the first earlier, this time was able to get a hand in there and take it away.
Denver's defense, they are true to their beliefs. They get free, come to Ben Roethlisberger, and it is true man-to-man coverage down the field. Dominique Foxworth, a rookie, has played excellent all year long, sees the football, reacts to it, and almost makes the interception.
That was the only miss of that drive by Roethlisberger. He had hit his first 5, so Jeff Reed is out for a 47-yard field goal. Rookie Greg Warren to snap it to Chris Gardocki. And Jeff Reed connects for an opening 3. 47-yard field goal, the drive that started back at the 9 for the Steelers.
Is this the help desk?
Yes, it is.
We need help.
With what?
It's always
I understand. Farmer, designer, weaver, buyer, shipper, seller.
Yeah, what do you got?
You need a customized integrated real-time web portal.
What?
To get you on the same page.
Perfect.
Who are you?
Shepherd.
Yes, it's on. Word is born to the break of dawn. Got the mic in my hand and the crowd is mine. Let me spit it to you.
With its Hemi power and muscular styling,
Nice car, mister.
Nice bike.
it can make anyone feel like one bad dude. Charger, unleashed. For the first time ever, get $1,000 overstock bonus cash and grab a Dodge Charger for under $26 grand.
Staples has all the ink you need and $3 off for any empty cartridge you bring in. Staples, that was easy.
How much you got?
Not much.
What can we get?
Well, in a young
We're ready to order.
Get more Fridays for less. Our 3-course menu is back for just $12.99. Everyone could use more Fridays.
Wednesday, husband and wife serial killers are about to be executed. The most powerful episode yet.
I think you're innocent.
Let me go. New Criminal Minds. Then, New York City's latest thrill ride is a killer.
Stop the train!
This kid was subway surfing.
But he didn't die doing it.
A new CSI New York Wednesday.
You can log on to SuperBowl.com as Phil looks at the 4 starting quarterbacks still alive in the postseason, one of whom is on the verge of becoming a first-time Super Bowl champion. It's all on SuperBowl.com or Super Bowl on AOL.
Bill Cowher's been talking during the whole time out. I don't know what he's talking about. Probably their pass interference. They roughed my quarterback. Of course, it's going to be all one-sided. But you're right, Jim. One quarterback is on his way to becoming a star. Because that's what happens sometimes when you win the Super Bowl.
Well, we've got Jake Plummer, who has been in a Super Bowl before and played a beautiful game against the Patriots down in Houston.
Well, Ben Roethlisberger has not been underrated, but I think the other 3 quarterbacks, they have been. They're a little better than people give them credit for, but winning the Super Bowl, that will, of course, raise their IQ around America.
It's Adams at the 20, swamped at the 23. So the Steelers, boy, the last year in the AFC title game, they turned it over their first 2 trips. They dodge one here on a reversal and get the field goal by Reed.
I don't deserve you. The head of Bank Security's identity has been compromised.
If your husband doesn't do exactly as I ask, I will kill you and your 2 children.
This is about robbing the bank, isn't it?
You designed the software. You find me a way in.
But they chose change of plans. The wrong man. This February, see the Chrysler 300 in Firewall, starring Harrison Ford.
You get the money when I get my family.
Firewall, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, February 10th.
And I would do anything for love. Oh, I would do anything for love. I would do anything for love. But I won't do that. No, 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 I won't do that. I would do anything for love. Anything you
fall in love with the rich, bold flavor, Dr. Pepper. One taste, and you get it.
Probably try to squib it, and he does. Ball comes loose, and the Bears have to get out of bounds. Rodgers along the sideline, another one. They're still in deep trouble at midfield as they get it to Rodgers. They give it back now to the 30. They're down to the 20. Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. Will it count? The Bears have won. The most amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football.
Jenna Elfman's back in Courting Alex. Premiere CBS tomorrow after 2.5 Men.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper, one taste and you get it. And by Sony. If you're not watching a Sony Grand Vega SXRD, what are you watching?
The MetLife plane is teaming up with CBS Sports to provide today's aerial coverage of the AFC Championship Game on a gorgeous day here in the Colorado Rockies. From the 22, second possession for Denver. They come out firing and they hit Rod Smith for a quick 13.
Well, both of these teams are noted as running football teams, not afraid to throw it. And when you watch today, here, Joey Porter, as he goes to blitz, pulls out of it on both sides. The outside linebackers had tremendous days last week. The Denver Broncos are going to put their tackles on the outside linebackers to make sure they're not a big part of putting pressure on Jake Plummer.
Rod Smith sits out of play, first down 35. The stutter step move after the exchange. And Mike Anderson plows ahead for 6, running behind Kyle Johnson as fullback.
Well, you know, Jim, Polamalu, the safety, number 43, likes to play near the line of scrimmage. And the Denver Broncos, they got 2 tight ends in there. That was Wesley Duke in there. They are going to make sure a wide receiver or a tight end, somebody is inside blocking him all day long. Motion, new formations, that's how they're going to get it done.
Second down and 4. And Plummer. Pocket collapses and he falls with a fumble. And the Steelers, Casey Hampton trying to reel it in, and he does.
I just told you how the Denver Broncos were going to block the Pittsburgh Steelers. They had George Foster, the right tackle, on a linebacker. And he could not take the speed of the linebacker. Look to the right. Oh, that's Clark Haggans that gets around the corner. He is just too fast for George Foster, and that's what happened last week.
Joey Porter, watch him.
Joey Porter, that's right, Joey Porter from the other side. I'm sorry, I thought it was Clark Haggans. Both of the linebackers got there.
Porter forces the fumble. Hampton recovers. Steelers at the 39. Parker sidesteps the first pressure from Bailey and gets away for a 1-yard gain. Boy, Plummer didn't have any time at all.
You know, Jim, I just made it, and that was a big adjustment that the Denver Broncos have made with their offense to make sure they take the guards and tackles and they go outside to stop the pressure. But that shows you how athletic the linebackers from Pittsburgh are, Clark Haggans and Joey Porter.
Second down 9. Roethlisberger down the middle. Miller has it. Bodies collide at the 15. Ferguson and Brandon bring him down, but the rookie first rounder from Virginia, good for 24.
Yeah, I tell you, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they love to do a couple things. They throw to the outside, and they also like to throw to the inside seams. They have been doing this ever since Bill Cowher became head coach back when Ron Earhart was the offensive coordinator. And they're good at it. Ben Roethlisberger right in rhythm, the perfect touch on the football, and Heath Miller makes a tough catch.
In for the first time, the bus. First down at the 14. Jerome gets the handle. Working the right side, he's backed up. They'll move it forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. John Lynch, Gerard Warren closing it down.
You know, Jim, the game is about opportunities. When you get them, The bigger the game, the more you got to take advantage of it. The Broncos, they had a couple chances in the first drive. They did not take advantage of those opportunities. Ben Roethlisberger had a couple open receivers. He's putting it right on the money.
Johnny and Gladys Bettis, they have never missed a game in their son's career. 2nd down and 10. Bettis within the middle this time. Runs right into the back of Hardings, his center, and picks up a couple.
Well, the Steelers talked about their offense. Boy, they're doing a lot of moving. And, you know, I even asked them last night, you know, when you move around as a offense sometimes you confuse yourself. They said, we're not worried about that. We've done it enough where we will not make mistakes.
They're not going to snap another play here. We'll move to the other end with Pittsburgh threatening 3-0 after 1.
Introducing Jeep Commander Limited with the electronic stability program, 3 rows of stadium seats, side curtain airbags, and an available 5.7-liter Hemi V8.
Would you please stop following me home?
For the first time ever, get $1,000 overstock bonus cash, which puts Jeep Commander under $26 grand.
Year and still refreshing football fans everywhere. Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the Super Bowl.
BK is making NFL history with a trip to this year's Pro Bowl in Hawaii and other super prizes. Play text to score. Punch in the code on any BK chicken fries box for a chance to win. Powered by Sprint.
Tom Farrell is looking for love.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, you just said that. Hey.
Damn.
Plan B.
And what's Plan B?
No idea. Critics rave Tom Cavanaugh is hilarious.
That's Leanne Ryan.
Say who that was? A New Love Monkey, CBS Tuesday.
We're back in Denver. Jim Nantz with Phil Simms, Bonnie Bernstein, and Armin Katayan. Pittsburgh's had the football for most of this one in a speedy first quarter. And now they face 3rd and 9 to open the second. With 4 receivers and Haynes, the 1 running back. Pump fake, Roethlisberger end zone, open, feeder down, and the catch is made. Touchdown, Cedric Wilson.
That was a nice answer the Pittsburgh Steelers had for the blitz. They sent a receiver in motion who blocked the outside blitzer on the other side, and it allowed Ben Roethlisberger extra time. Pump fake, very good. And Wilson goes to the back right corner of the end zone. When a defensive back knows there's a blitz, they are going to go for the first move. That's what Champ Bailey did. That's why Wilson was open in the back of the end zone.
Cedric Wilson played as their 3rd receiver all during the regular season. Caught 26 balls, but not a touchdown. Now with his 2nd touchdown of the postseason. First 10 to the Steelers, coming in off the Plummer fumble for a touchdown.
You the help desk?
What seems to be the problem, officer?
Traffic.
Traffic?
Traffic.
What do you need?
What do you got?
I got wireless sensors and congestion flow modeling.
What'll it do?
Cut down traffic.
Will it work?
Works.
Nice work.
Just doing my job. Have a nice day.
Let's grab some McDonald's.
You buying?
Why do I always have to buy?
'Cause you're the one with the fancy job.
And the fancy tie. You know what? There. No, you're the one who's buying.
The tie did touch you last.
Money's tight these days. Good thing there's McDonald's Dollar Menu. Get a juicy double cheeseburger or other favorites for only $1.
So when does everything have to be shipped to New York? Wednesday. Yeah, this is big for our company. I mean, this is like our Super Bowl.
You know, I was in a few Super Bowl games, but as I recall, it didn't have anything to do with sending a package. You should just go with FedEx Ground. It's reliable and a great value.
FedEx Ground. Reliability for less than you think.
Nothing Pittsburgh after the Roethlisberger touchdown toss. He froze that defense for just a second on the pump fake. And Wilson hauls it in, had a touchdown grab against the Bengals in the wild card game. Coming over as a free agent in the offseason from the 49ers. And that kick out of bounds.
The ball we play at the 40-yard line. First down.
That'll give Denver a good starting position. What did you see on the touchdown, Phil?
Well, I saw a lot of good stuff. The Steelers are going to send Randall L. in motion, block the outside guy, and it allows the offensive line to pick up the rest of the pass rushers. Gets outside, look at the protection, and when you do that, when you fool a blitz and you block it, it allows the receiver to make a second move. And why is he so wide open again? The defensive back thinks the quarterback's got to get rid of it quick, and when they don't, they give up big plays.
Tatum Bell for no gain. Running right into Ferrier and Casey Hampton. Tomorrow, The Late Show, Dave's all new with Anthony Hopkins. And later this week, don't miss Bernie Mac, Pierce Brosnan, and Dr. Phil. Dave, all new, all this week here on CBS.
You know, Jim, Ben Roethlisberger, when he threw that touchdown, he was leaning back as he threw the football. You hear all the time, don't throw off your back foot. In the big games against good defenses, and when you get pressure, if you cannot throw off your back foot, you will not have success or win as a quarterback.
Second down and 10. And they blitz. Plummer races away from it. And now able to pick up only a yard, as Deshae Townsend was the blitzer, and he had to elude him early.
You know, Jim, so many times you talk, oh, we want a mobile quarterback, and look what they're going to do. Jake Plummer's pretty quick. Gets out of the pocket. Look out, he's going to gain a lot of yards. Oh, no, that's right. Defense is really fast, they're really good, and you just cannot get many yards. And look at the coverage down the field. The Steelers secondary has improved greatly as the year has gone along. The corners, Ike Taylor, Deshae Townsend, they have made a big difference in the team.
Third down, here's the screen wide open on that side. Polamalu makes the tackle. What a play coming off the block. It may have stopped him short of the first. Cooper Carlisle was on Polamalu, but who was able to slide off of it enough to bring him down near the first down yardage, maybe short of it.
So what did the linemen do wrong, Jim? What did they do wrong? They didn't go to the ground. I know you hate it when I quiz you, I'm sorry. But they have this Steeler defense fooled. And watch Troy Polamalu. People say, well, he gets a lot of publicity. Is he that good? Yes, he's that good.
Look at this. They're coming to the line on fourth down, maybe just trying to draw him off. Mike Anderson in the backfield showing signs of going for it. They do. On fourth and less than a yard, second effort by Anderson will depend on the spot. Larry Foote got to him first.
The spot is across the 50. It looks like a first down. Well, it's pretty close.
They got it. They won't even measure.
I had no doubt that the Denver Broncos would go for it. The Pittsburgh Steelers, give them credit. They were ready for the quick count. And they are in the backfield. But Mike Anderson, as Mike Shanahan says, I send this man in there first every game because he'll soften up the defense before I bring in Tatum Bell. And that is just tremendous. Second effort, puts his hand on the ground and gets the first down.
Right at the 50. Plummer with time, and that ball deflected. As James Ferrier got a hand on it. James Ferrier, who was here the last time Denver hosted an AFC title game, he was a member of the Jets. And the Jets on the road led 10-0 in that one before losing.
The NFL, the players, the linebackers, they're so athletic. That was wide open down the field to Ashley Lee, and James Ferrier just jumps up and knocks it down. Then Ashley Lee took a big hit, and he has limped off the field.
Yeah, a little gimpy. Second down and 10. Charlie Adams takes his place in the lineup. Cross. Anderson still on his feet to the 42. 7 hard-earned yards. What happened to Ashley Lee? Well, he's coming back out. This was the previous play. Ike Taylor
hitting from behind. I think Ashley Lee had kind of relaxed him, so when he got hit, it jarred him and shook him up a little bit, but like you said, back in the game.
That 18.3 average per catch, tied for tops in the league. Third down, Plummer goes for the short one for the first, has it. Anderson finally bounced out by Larry Foote. 13-yard gain at the 30.
The rhythm of the offense. Mike Shanahan telling Jake Plummer, go with the quick counts. The defense, boy, did they overreact to what they see in front of them, and that allows Mike Anderson to get out in the flat wide open.
Tatum Bell returns. Broncos down 10 early, a drive that was really one they had to have. They need to produce something. Plummer gets the feet set and finds Putsier at the 12. That was a good throw by Plummer.
That was a good throw, and it was a tough throw. Watch the number of Steeler defenders around the tight end as he goes down the field. 2 in front, 1 coming from the other side, but Jake Plummer puts it perfectly into the chest of Putsier.
Boy, that was a narrow seam, and the pass perfect. Putsier with a second grab, and the Broncos have a first down at the 12. Fake to Bell, up top they go, incomplete. Looking for Lee, and the pressure from Joey Porter.
Joey Porter, last time I said he went around a tackle, it was actually Steven Alexander on the fumble. This time, left side of your screen. Oh, Matt Lepsis just tries to sell the play. So much inside. Joey Porter doesn't go for no play action fake. This play, the Denver Broncos thought for sure it was going to be an easy touchdown.
Last week in 5 trips inside the 23 touchdowns and a field goal, and a timeout called by the Broncos. They move the ball to the Steelers 12. We're back in a minute.
Trucks are made for pulling. That's why the 5.4-liter V8 in the Ford F-150 uses an innovative 3-valve design. 3 valves allow the engine to breathe better, crank out more power, and pull more than you ever thought possible.
Let's say you have a patient, adult male, 45, he's generally healthy, but his cholesterol is elevated. He's eating healthy, exercising, but his cholesterol is still up. Choices.
Prescribe a cholesterol-lowering medicine like a statin.
Good choice. Other options?
How about prescribing Zetia? It works differently. Statins work mainly with the liver. Zetia works in the digestive tract, as do some other medicines. But Zetia is unique in the way it helps block the absorption of cholesterol that comes from food.
So it complements what he's already doing.
Yep, and Zetia, along with a healthy diet, lowered bad cholesterol by as much as 30 points. That's 18%.
Zetia may not be right for people who have ever had liver problems, are nursing or pregnant or may become pregnant. A doctor will decide if Zetia is right for them.
Unexplained muscle pain or weakness could be a sign of a rare but serious side effect and should be reported to a doctor right away. Common side effects include tiredness and stomach pain. Let's break for lunch. Eat healthy.
Don't forget to exercise.
Ask your doctor if Zetia is right for you. Zetia, it's a different way to help fight cholesterol.
Dad, what's wrong with me that I can't just let go?
You got that from me.
Thanks for passing me your freak gene.
Jenna Elfman and Dabney Coleman in Courting Alex, premiering CBS tomorrow.
They came to find the American dream.
3 Korean women met and married Marines.
But it turned into a nightmare.
We need more information.
On it, boss.
New NCIS Tuesday.
Denver with the 10th play of the drive coming up. A drive kept alive twice. Carries by Mike Anderson, one of which was on 4th down. Series that started at the 40 after the kickoff out of bounds, and again Plummer had no chance, and Joey Porter getting a lot of face time. That's in the face of Plummer.
Joey Porter, the one thing about blitzing teams, they do not care about the play action pass. So Joey Porter's on the blitz. His job is to go to the quarterback, so he doesn't even really go for the fake run by the Denver offense. That's why he's in the face of the quarterback. And what the Broncos are finding out, Joey Porter is a lot faster and more physical than they thought. Looks a lot better in person than he did on film.
I think the Colts found that out last week. 3rd down and 10. They try to cross him up with the run. Anderson moves it for the 5, but 3 yards short.
You know, I don't disagree with the call. Maybe a little long on 3rd and 10, but Mike Shanahan's going to manage this game. They might have been expecting blitz. They stayed back, so that's why the run didn't have a chance to score. But also, you can see Denver can move the football. So no use taking a chance where it's hard to throw from the 10-yard in. They go the safe route and hope to get 3.
And they're going to try to put the points on the board from the 23. Mike Leach to snap it to Plummer. And J.C. Nealon to boot it. It's kicked. It's good. 10-3 Steelers. Second quarter.
What's going on? We don't know how many converters we have in stock. We don't know where our trucks are. And no one knows where Mackler is.
6,000 converters? Trucks are at I-4, exit 9. Mackler, where are you?
In the airport.
Buy a Nextel walkie-talkie phone, get one free. Nextel's powerful walkie-talkie phones available at Sprint or Nextel stores. Sprint together with Nextel.
Well, now, where's the fire, boys? Oh, fresh toasted sandwiches. Well, get those babies home before they get cold.
Fresh toasted sandwiches from Subway restaurants.
I'm hungry. You hungry?
Sponsors of Greg Biffle and Car 16.
Trailers don't have anti-lock brakes, crumple zones, or airbags. That's why we designed the new Ford Super Duty with the only integrated trailer brake controller, part of our exclusive tow command system. Because what good is towing up to 19,200 pounds if you can't control it? This is the next Ford Super Duty, built Ford tough.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the new Sprint. Sprint, yes you can. Subway, celebrate this year by keeping your resolutions. Stop into Subway restaurants tonight. Subway, eat fresh. And by IBM, become an on-demand business. IBM can help.
CBS Sportsline will have the Super Bowl covered from every angle. Latest news, daily video coverage, in-depth analysis from Clark Judge and Pete Frisco. Get complete Super Bowl coverage at CBSSportsline.com. Well, Jason Elam, reliable for so long, and he connects on the chippy from 23, putting Denver's first points on the board, and that kick by Todd Sauerbrunn, a beauty, a touchback. So Denver keeps it for a while, riding Mike Anderson. Nice pass by Plummer, field goal Elam. Steelers by 7.
Introducing the all-new bigger RAV4. With an EPA estimated 30 miles per gallon, it can handle anything, no matter what gas prices might do.
There's no money here.
There's no money?
No money.
Where is it?
Somewhere safe.
This is the safe.
Somewhere safer.
Safer? How?
Hardware encryption, smart cards, you know, digital security.
Who are you?
I'm from the help desk. Who are you?
Cleaning crew? This place is a mess.
And I would do anything for love. Oh, I would do anything for love. I would do anything for love. But I won't do that. No, 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 I won't do that. I would do anything for love. Anything you
Fall in love with the rich, bold flavor, Dr. Pepper. One taste, and you get it.
Access SuperBowl.com for complete playoff and Super Bowl coverage. On game day, vote for the Super Bowl MVP at SuperBowl.com or using your wireless device.
Tomorrow. Another celebrity pregnancy. First Katie Holmes, then Angelina Jolie, now Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh.
I'm exhausted.
James Only with Anthony Hopkins tomorrow.
Coming up, we've got the Sprint halftime report. Greg, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer. First half highlights. Dan and Boomer pick Pittsburgh. Shannon. What else but the Broncos? Coming up, Sprint halftime report. From the 20, crowd is stirred. Couple of pump fakes. Roethlisberger lost the ball. Now they're going to rule it incomplete. Bringing in really the tuck rule.
Yeah, we were talking about it before the game. He was going to throw the football. He changed his mind, and as his arm is going forward, the ball slips out of his hand. And that is almost a classic tuck rule, and Mike Shanahan could challenge it. He cannot get the football. All he could do is change field position back where the ball hit the ground if he wanted to do that.
Looks like he's going to let it go. Roethlisberger recovered that back in the area of around the 12. He's not going to fight the 8 yards on one of his challenges. Well, hold on a minute. There is a challenge flag.
Delay.
There is no foul for delay of game due to the delay in getting the ball placed ready for play. Second down.
All right, beg your pardon. So the down clock had expired.
Well, you got excited about this, maybe a challenge. I like that. You like these challenges. But that was a good call because they did not reset the clock to give the offense time. It took them so long after the incomplete pass.
So no infraction, ball still at the 20 and a 2nd and 10 on the way. And matter of fact, we have not had a penalty call in this game, except for the kick that went out of bounds.
Pittsburgh Steelers doing a good job getting out of the huddle very fast to give Roethlisberger some time at the line of scrimmage if he needs it.
Play action fake, Roethlisberger gets it away, and it's Wilson. The 35, wrapped up by Foxworth.
Crowd to line of scrimmage against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they will throw the football down the field. And they give Ben Roethlisberger, they move him out of the pocket just enough to allow Wilson to go down the field, fake like he's going in, makes a nice cut outside, and that's tough coverage for Dominique Foxworth.
They mark it at the 37 on the progress. First down. And a timeout called by the Denver defense. 8:41 to go, first half.
So you figure out how this is going to end.
Call your music. Now you can download thousands of artists, videos, and more straight to your Verizon wireless phone. Get the exclusive live track of Yellow Card's Lights and Sounds free when you sign up for Vcast. Log on now.
I'm the same as you. I got a few mutual funds, make an occasional trade, but not exactly Mr. Wall Street, you know? So I see these TV commercials offering like, I don't know, a few bucks a trade, which sounds great, right? Except when I go to sign up, a few bucks a trade is if you're making like, I don't know, a gazillion trades a year. Like I don't have anything else to do. Honey, okay.
Introducing the all-new Bigger RAV4. With an EPA estimated 30 miles per gallon, it can handle anything, no matter what gas prices might do.
Who will be sent to Exile Island? The new Survivor begins CBS Thursday, February 2nd.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Miller. There's good enough, and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call. And by the all-new 2006 Toyota RAV4. Handle anything.
Again, thanks to the MetLife plane for today's bird's eye view of the championship action below. It's first down for Pittsburgh at the 37. For no gain. Al Wilson on the hit.
What did Al Wilson tell us? Love these kind of football games if you're a linebacker, because you know the other team is going to run the football, so every once in a while you get to come up there and make a good hit on a running back.
Like that one right there. Second down and 10. Lynch coming in. Pass away. Open is Wilson. John Lynch was barreling down on the quarterback, but Roethlisberger read it and got it away to Cedric Wilson for 18.
Well schooled. What a job by Ben Roethlisberger. The blitz is coming free from the outside. He sees it. He stays relaxed. He winds up and he throws a strike down the field. And does not catch the Pittsburgh offense by surprise. What a difference a year makes. Last year in the championship game, the Steelers, the first 8 plays on first and second down, ran it. That's the 12th pass already in this game.
Versus only 9 rushes. And here's one down the middle of the field, and Roethlisberger hammered on the release. They've been going without Randall L for a while. It's been Wilson and Ward as the 2 receivers, and Wilson stepping up big time.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Ben Roethlisberger didn't throw this football, just throw it away. He felt the pressure coming, and there was nobody open down the field. And he ran to the sideline because, Jim, when he hit the ground, his glove got a little dirty. And when those gloves, as a quarterback, get dirty, well, they don't grip the football, of course, as well. And he went over there and cleaned it up.
It was Trevor Price applying the pressure. Second down 10. Play action in the pocket. Now moving. Firing incomplete, batted down. Nice play by Nick Ferguson. Hines Ward was the intended receiver.
That was a nice play by Nick Ferguson, but what's happening is the movement and the different formations. That football got away from Roethlisberger too. But the movement and formation is making the Denver defense move and adjust, and they're not getting that quick pressure on the quarterback, which they're used to getting. So the defensive backs have to cover receivers a lot longer today than they did last week.
Randall L. has come back in. He's in the slot to the right on 3rd down and 10. Ward with the grab at the 25 and a 1st down. Well, we had some question about Roethlisberger after he got hit last week, bruised the tricep on his throwing arm, all battered and bruised, he said this week, but boy, a lot of zip on this one.
Well, he knew. Good time. Did you see where he was looking? He was looking left. That made the defense on the right side relax. Hines Ward finds the open hole. Pittsburgh doing a good job against the blitz. Made the defense stay back that time. That's why Hines Ward was wide open.
Pitch it to Parker. And the short side collapses for a loss of a yard. Take a look at the Phil simulator. And what is Roethlisberger looking at here?
Well, a couple things. He's got nice lanes to throw the football in where he can see and able to step up in the pocket. The second time against the blitz, protected. Throw it to the outside where you know there's no defenders. And then look at the pocket, the space, down the field. Easy throw for him.
Jerome Bettis checks back in. On 2nd and 11, Denver 25-yard line. Stepping up and running and sliding down for a gain of 2.
That's right. You know, Jim, you talked about it in the pregame show that Ben Roethlisberger, he's got to do a better job starting next year, not taking so many hits. Every once in a while, as a starting quarterback, you got to give up on plays because that's your responsibility to your football team. You know, they know you're tough. They know you got courage. Now you got to stay in the game and get the job done for them at the quarterback position. So when you get a chance, get in.
Got 4 receivers. They picked up first on 3rd down, 4 of 5. Over to Randall L. Parker in front, and Randall L. dives for another 1st down. Alan Faneca was over there to help free Randall L. for 10.
Really another good play by this Pittsburgh's offense. Randall L. goes across, and what they do, the guy that's covering him on that side, here he comes. They put the offensive lineman who has no pass rusher on him, comes out, gets the block, and that's why Randall L. is able to pick up the 1st down. Another well-designed play by Pittsburgh.
155 passing yards. Steelers having no trouble moving it, and flag is thrown.
Start. Offense, number 36. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Bettis is in there because Parker 2 snaps ago took himself out after a loss of a yard. And Jerome saw action the last time Pittsburgh moved it inside the 15.
You know, Jim, the Steelers offense is doing well. And you got to believe they learned to handle crowd noise last week in Indy. They practiced this week. They had 18 speakers, 18 around the field in practice. It was loud. So today, you know, Ben Roethlisberger's going, wow, this is not even as loud as we had it in practice. They're handling the situation so far as well as you can expect.
Great pass play, Roethlisberger. Nope, will he throw it? They tuck it under and dive ahead to the 12. That false start was the first offensive penalty against the Steelers in their last 144 snaps. How about that for execution during the postseason?
Well, how about where they've done it? All on the road. That's even more impressive.
That's right.
And I don't think you can overstate how they have handled the tough environments that they have played in so far here in the postseason.
Willie Parker comes back in on 2nd down and 9. Roethlisberger running for 6 on that last one. Trying to fool him a little bit. They go left with Parker. Trying to turn the corner. But running down the line with him was Trevor Price. No gain.
I call that play the pros version of the option. Fake the run one way, flip it back to the other side, and no matter how you run the option in the NFL, it doesn't work.
I can't imagine it worked well for you. One of the few things I've seen you run. You wouldn't even take me on that 100-yard dash challenge.
Now you know that's a lie.
Bring it on.
Go to church.
2:20 to go in the half. 3rd down and 9. Cowher comes down the sideline and calls a timeout. Bill Cowher walked down the line.
Timeout. Pittsburgh. First
2:14 to go in the half.
It will be a 30-second timeout.
As Team Mom, my mom always watches what we eat and encourages us to eat our Campbell's Chunky Soup. Like new Chunky Fajita Steak.
Eat up those big chunks of steak.
She's also very encouraging from the sidelines.
When you're feeding, don't stop.
New Campbell's Chunky Fajita Soups fill you up right.
Watch this whole sequence. Waiting. Offense is ready to go, and Cowher waits and then signals the timeout. Roethlisberger's reaction.
Well, I'm not sure if he thought maybe it was a penalty or what, but he did not know, and they were so close to snapping the football. Half the offense saw Bill Cowher, the other half did not see him, so they were a little fortunate in that situation.
Well, they had a 12-play drive early in this game. Now they're up to the 13th play of this series coming up.
Pittsburgh's offense has become more diverse in the postseason than it was during the regular season. More formations, more thoughts, and it's proved out for them. They've had success.
Roethlisberger, middle with Haynes right at the 1st down yardage. Well, they left the middle of the field open.
Well, they left the middle of the field open, Jim, because they sent a receiver through there first. It caught the Denver Broncos looking at him, and Haynes is able to get the 1st down.
It's 1st and goal to go.
Fisher showing blitz.
This season, don't miss a thing from your sports or your beer. Grab a Miller Lite with more taste than Bud Light and half the carbs. Miller, good call.
Everyone talks about how tough their truck is, how much it can haul. But when we build a truck, we like to think beyond the first load, to the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th. That's why load after load, year after year, nothing stops a Tundra. Toyota Trucks, moving forward.
Special financing and lease options available now.
Now get boneless wings at KFC's Flavor Station. 100% breast meat boneless wings dipped any way you want. Choose from our classic honey barbecue sauce, fiery buffalo, or sweet and spicy. Try 6 boneless wings for $2.99 or 18 for $8.79. Be the boss, choose your sauce, only at KFC.
Do what I want, or I will kill your wife and your 2 children.
They'll steal your life. I spent 20 years trying to protect this bank.
Can you find me a way in?
On February 10th, they're already inside.
Change of plans.
You don't get a gun. Harrison Ford, Firewall, rated PG-13.
Old time Vegas leads to a big-time crime.
Gun left on the body? Isn't that how the mob used to do it?
When a former showgirl writes a tell-all book.
I didn't hold back. I named names.
There's one more chapter to her story. Faye Dunaway guest stars on an unforgettable CSI. CBS Thursday.
Coming up, the Sprint halftime report. First half highlights from Greg and Dan and Shannon and Bomer. Here on site, Sprint halftime report coming up, but we're coming out of the 2-minute break. 2 minutes to go in the half with a first and goal to go, and number 36 is in the backfield. Barrett Brooks. Here's an extra lineman. Tackle eligible. Bettis trying to find the way to Detroit, his hometown. Bettis with the carry, driving, and Bettis is in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. You saw his mother loving every minute of that.
Well, it was a good run by Jerome Bettis, but it was really better blocking up front. No defensive lineman can get off to make the tackle. Alan Faneca comes around, makes a terrific block. Since nobody was free, Jerome Bettis finds the second hole to go into and score the touchdown.
And a 5th straight playoff game with a rush touchdown. Faneca really took out a couple of guys. They couldn't get around him.
Steelers love to move their offensive linemen. Scheme blockers, pull them, trap. Moving makes it tough on defenses, and it was that time against Denver.
Reed for the extra point. 14-point lead. Broncos haven't faced many deficits like this. Down 14 as Bettis finds the end zone. They've seen that before.
Finally, we're using my credit card miles. They couldn't black us out forever.
But Dad, it's summer.
What are you, a weatherman?
All right, who's up for a little double diamond? Last one down's a coward. I'm okay.
They need a Capital One card.
For easy-to-use rewards, get Capital One no-hassle rewards with no blackouts on any airline anytime.
Kids, look at that!
What's in your wallet?
Jerome Bettis ends the 14-play drive with a touchdown from 3 yards out. Gave that stirring speech to his teammates on the eve of this game. Help me, guys. Help me get home to Detroit. Everybody figuring this is going to be it in his remarkable career. 5th all-time rusher.
Well, Jimmy's handled himself so well as a player in Pittsburgh and in the community, and we've done many Steeler games, so we know how the players feel about it. He knows his place, interacts with his teammates very well, and they all respect him for everything he's done.
Reed not going to kick it out of bounds this time. In fact, it's a beauty. Adams bobbles it for a moment. It'll be a touchback. Well, these Steelers will be playing in the Pro Bowl on Sunday, February the 12th. Faneca, you saw why on that touchdown drive, that last play clearing the way for Bettis. Hardings, Porter, Polamalu's the starter. For the Broncos, Plummer's in with Rod Smith. Wilson and Bailey will start. And Lynch for the 7th time in his career. Only one timeout to work with here. What will the Broncos do?
Well, the first thing you do, Jim, you be a little careful.
He's going to come out fine. Plummer's pass, and look out, he is intercepted. It's Ike Taylor. He had a dead read on that all the way.
And that was not being careful. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense, they drop back. They are just trying to prevent the big play. And when you see that as a quarterback, you immediately go to the underneath receivers. Watch to the outside, top of your screen. The Steeler corners love to keep their backs to the sideline, so sometimes when you come towards them, they're sitting there waiting on it.
You said they better be careful. They come right out, throw a pick on the very first snap.
You be careful. You're down 17-3. You got one timeout. There's a long way to go. Don't take a chance. That could be a backbreaker against the Denver team.
That could be disastrous. 1:48 to work with and 2 timeouts. Parker untouched inside the 30 and pushed out by Bailey right at the first down. Hines Ward and Heath Miller gave him a huge opening on the left side.
The scheme of the Steelers offense, it is awesome today. I don't know what to tell you. They're throwing everything at Denver. They got them rocking. They're laying back. The Denver blitz, which has been so terrific all year, they can't even get to it. Because how can you blitz when you have no idea what the offense is going to do?
That play going for another first down, now from the 28. Parker again tries the left side, wide open, 20, 15, and falls at the 14, first down. Marvell Smith, Dan Kreider get credit for helping clear the back.
Jim, it's one thing to give up pass plays. Kreider coming across, nice job. They just washed the defensive line to the right side. They cut it back, and a bad sign. It's one thing to give up passes and to give up certain plays, but when you let the other team start running it on you like they have the last two plays, you are in big trouble.
It has been easy these last two rushes. From the 14, Bennis back in there. Jerome gets the carry left tackle for a gain of 2. Michael Myers on the Denver tackle inside of a minute. And Pittsburgh content to let the clock run down. They have 2 timeouts to go. Right. No reason to use them now, exercise them now.
Take your time. What's the hurry? 2 timeouts. You're still going to get at least 3 more plays. This might be a little too slow for me.
Well, this is getting to be a bit much. Inside of 20. Hand it off. Bettis! Bettis is in for the touchdown.
Sam Weiss ran that play against the Dallas Cowboys back in 1985.
Illegal formation. Offense. Number 86 covered up the tight end. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Oh, Hines Ward.
That means Hines Ward, Jim. It means he lined up on the line of scrimmage. Type of the screen. He's down here. Both of them are on the line of scrimmage. That's illegal. Jerome Bettis sneaks up here. I've seen this play many times. I don't know if you heard me. I said, oh, they're going to hand it off because Denver had everybody at the line of scrimmage. They were going to blitz. They were going to sneak Jerome Bettis through the hole.
After the penalty, only 15 seconds left in the half.
I save 50% on my phone bill.
Vonage is $24.99 a month.
For local and long distance calling.
It's a better home phone service.
Voicemail, caller ID, call waiting are all included in the price.
The voice quality is great.
I can keep my same phone and phone number.
Vonage has low international rates.
It's easy.
Vonage, leading the internet phone revolution.
We're coming out of a Pittsburgh timeout. Steelers with 15 seconds to go in the half.
And Jim, you think everybody's going to say, well, they took too much time. Now they only got 1 timeout left in 15 seconds. But they took their time because Ben Roethlisberger saw they were going to blitz. They had that play designed. I can remember it back when it happened. It's James Brooks took a handoff and went right up the middle. I think Boomer Esiason was the quarterback. He'll remember it. I think, I don't know.
Maybe he won't. Boomer coming up at halftime. Second down, 13, 15 seconds. Play action. Roethlisberger saw the first option, throws down, back to the end zone. Ball is caught. Hines Ward. It looked like the Broncos had a play on it. May have even deflected it. Nick Ferguson. But Hines Ward back of the end zone. Touchdown with 7 seconds left in the half.
There were receivers open everywhere for a touchdown. If Ben Roethlisberger stayed to his right, easy touchdown to Wilson. He scrambles and finds Hines Ward in the back of the end zone.
So a disastrous first half for Plummer. The interception leads to another Roethlisberger touchdown toss. Was the ball deflected? Maybe not. Ward with a 7th touchdown in his last 7 postseason games. There is a flag down off the PAT.
The Denver
holding defense, number 93. 5-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. The try is good.
2 touchdowns in 1 minute and 48 seconds.
Listen up.
The big game gear up is on now. Make a play for the perfect home theater system. Get no interest till 2009, and just in time for the big game, all home theater is on sale. The big game gear up is on now at Best Buy.
Bill, you thought that ball could have been picked.
But Jim, just watching it live, I thought when he let the football go, I said Nick Ferguson's going to intercept this for a touchdown. It does not come cleanly out of Ben Roethlisberger's hand. And coming into your screen, well, maybe it just went over the top of his fingertips. But as he lets it go, I'm not sure if it went over or
right through.
It went right through him, but it was close.
He assessed the penalty on the kick, little squib kick. Adams. Right down 37-yard line.
What a first half for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got fortunate, an interception not caught. They score a touchdown that was called back by an illegal formation, which must have just made them furious. They've come through with the big plays. There's no doubt about it.
Got a player down on the Steelers side. Denver all regular season allowed only 27 points off turnovers. They've allowed 14 in this half. It's Andre Frazier. Backup linebacker. Already got James Harrison inactive today with an injury. They're working the right knee.
It's his right, he just turns it underneath him, the right knee. Sometimes situations like that, you go, oh boy, he's got to be hurt. But these athletes, they're so flexible. A lot of times they're able to get caught in really tough situations and survive a tough injury. But maybe not this time, because they're going to bring out the little golf cart to take him inside.
And not only was he in an awkward position, but players were falling on him. There he is.
Oh, gosh.
Well, he's down. Adams went over, but then Sam Brandon came flying in. Compounded. But Phil, it's a bit stunning, you have to admit. 24-3, and where did it go wrong here? If you're a Denver fan,
Jim, the turnovers by the Broncos, big stuff. But don't let that cloud the story. The story is how well the Pittsburgh offense has performed and how well or how many chances they have been given by their coaching staff to make those plays. It has been as diverse of play calling and play selection by the Steelers that I have seen since I've been covering them, since I've been in this business. And Bill Cowher, gets a lot of criticism, maybe a little too conservative always in the big game. Well, not today. And this whole postseason, they have come out, they have been aggressive on offense, and they're always aggressive on defense.
Last snap of the half. Denver, a little screen to Tatum Bell, and that'll close it out. Through 2 quarters, 4 drives for Pittsburgh, 4 scores. And they're booing here in Denver. Let's go down to Armin Katayan.
Coach, very uncharacteristic first half for you. Perhaps most importantly, how do you slow down this Pittsburgh offense in amongst all those turnovers?
Well, they've been controlling the tempo of the game, and we helped them with 2 turnovers that you can't make against a good football team. But they're controlling the ball right now. We got to do a much better job during the second half.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Jim.
Thank you, Armin. That's the end of the first half with the score Pittsburgh 24 and Denver 3. We'll be back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS, America's #1 network for the NFL playoffs.
Find out why over 73 million viewers can't get enough of CSI Miami.
2 shots ring out, these 2 get dropped.
A murder leads to an employee blog.
Looks like Sally was sharing company secrets.
I wonder what a blog about this place would say.
Now everyone's secrets are out.
I had a wonderful time, Leslie.
So did I.
Uh-oh. Someone did not take the online harassment seminar.
New CSI Miami, CBS tomorrow. Over 140 million viewers and counting makes CBS America's most watched network. It's the place for the best drama, comedy, news, sports, and reality. More people watch the NFL on CBS. Over 62 million are hooked on the reality smash hit Survivor. And we have Monday's #1 show, Tuesday's most watched show, Friday's #1 show, the #1 news magazine, the #1 comedy, and the #1 drama on all of television. CBS, America's most watched network.
Over 70 million viewers have made Criminal Minds the most watched new drama on television. Wednesday.
You come to see the show?
Husband and wife serial killers are about to be executed.
Are you ready, Sturgy?
The most powerful episode yet.
I think you're innocent.
Let me go. New Criminal Minds. Then, New York's latest thrill ride is a killer.
Stop the train!
This kid was subway surfing.
But he didn't die doing it.
A new CSI New York after Criminal Minds Wednesday.
It's music's biggest night, the Grammy Awards, CBS Wednesday, February 8th.
The storms just kept coming and coming and coming.
Katrina and Rita and Wilma.
Vortex, we thought it was good. When we saw what it did, we were really impressed.
That is exactly what this track did.
Vortex was actually right on where that storm was headed.
It helps us become better forecasters.
I know I have a good tool.
Vortex really gave us an advantage. If it's another rough season, we're ready to handle it.
The scorching hot Chrysler 300 with available all-wheel drive.
Now with Overstock bonus cash, qualified lessees can lease a 2006 Chrysler 300 for just $299 a month.
Here's Michael at the foul line. He shoots over Elo. No good. Michael misses. Cleveland wins. They're waving beyond the around.
If you're a fraction off, it can change everything. On the field and in the lab, where Gatorade scientists test and retest athletes so we know exactly what their bodies demand. Precision counts. Out there. And in here.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, together with Nextel. Yes, you can.
After 30 minutes of play in AFC Championship action in Denver, the Bronco faithful are stunned. Pittsburgh leads it by a score of 24-3. Hi, once again, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel. Welcome to the Sprint Halftime Report. I'm joined by Dan, Shannon, and Boomer. I tell you, the Steelers have taken the noise out of this stadium. It was noisy when we began, Dan, but not so noisy now.
Well, there's no doubt they got off to such a good start there in the first half, and Ben Roethlisberger's taken all the pressure off his defense because in the first couple drives, you see a handoff right here to Willie Parker. They didn't get much out of the running game in the first half, but Ben Roethlisberger stepped up against blitz coverage. He finds Heath Miller down the middle of the field, and once again, he pumps fakes against Champ Bailey, who bites on it. Cedric Wilson, big-time play down inside the 10-yard line. Touchdown puts them up by 10.
On the second drive, the Pittsburgh Steelers have found something they like. Whomever Dominique Foxworth is covering, throw it to him. Cedric Wilson on the outcut, Here Hines Ward finds a soft area between the zone, sets down. Antoine Randall, 3rd and 10, picks up 11, first down Steelers. 3rd and 9, Baron Haynes picks up first down, and Jerome Bettis wants to go back home to Detroit. Super Bowl 40 gets it in the end zone, puts them up 10.
But how about this Pittsburgh defense, guys? I said it in the pregame show. They've been flying. They shut down Cincinnati. How about this play by Troy Polamalu? They shut down Indianapolis. It's 4th and 1. Second effort by Mike Anderson gets the first down. And then Jake Plummer gets the ball tipped by James Barrier. It's coming from all areas. Joey Porter just giving Matt Lepsis a heck of a day. And then here it comes. Mistake by Jake. Everybody was wondering when it was going to happen. It leads to this touchdown pass, which probably should have been intercepted by Nick Ferguson. So everything is going the way of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and of course, Ben Roethlisberger.
We talked about this matchup in the pregame show, who was going to win it. Thus far, it's Ben Roethlisberger. 180 yards throwing and 2 touchdowns. Jake Plummer with a fumble and an interception, and the Pittsburgh Steelers with 14 points off of turnovers. Obviously, that has to change in the second half, Shannon, but what else do the Denver Broncos have to do?
Well, first of all, they got to find a way to stop the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers have not punted in the first half, and I think what they need to do is stick with Mike Anderson. Tatum Bell can't get it done. First of all, he can't pick up the blitz with none of those guys coming, and he can't run with power like Mike Anderson can. Go back, let Mike Anderson take this ball game over. Jake, take care of the football.
One thing is apparent, guys, Pittsburgh Steelers very well coached this week. They're handling all the blitzes that Denver's throwing at them that New England had troubles with in the first half last week.
And, you know, you look at the Denver Broncos, what this does to them offensively, it takes them out of their game plan. They're going to be one-dimensional right now, and I know they want to try to run the football, but down as many points as they are, they're going to have to let Jake go back there and throw it as many times as possible to try to get back in this game.
Dan, do you look for the Steelers to get conservative now and run in the second half?
I think the key was they were converting on 3rd down, as Shannon said, and also is that's what they like to do. Throw it, get ahead, then run the ball in the second half. Look for a lot more of Bettis and running that football.
Well, I'll tell you right now, guys, if they want Jake Plummer to throw it the second half, look for a lot of interceptions, man. He just does not look very good.
Well, first of all, the Broncos got to stop the Steelers. If they don't stop him, I don't care what Jake does as far as throwing the football. Pittsburgh's going to run away with this ball game as they had in the first half.
All right, guys, 24-3 Steelers is our score. Current results of the Sprint NFL on CBS poll on which team will win Super Bowl 40. 45% of you say these Pittsburgh Steelers, who are looking pretty good here at halftime. Now, this special programming note. Coming up this week on CBS News, Bob Schieffer talks with President George Bush as he prepares for the State of the Union address. The exclusive interview will be seen Friday on the CBS Evening News and on Face the Nation next Sunday. We thank you for watching the Sprint Halftime Report. Coming up, Jim and Phil will be back with the second half of the Steelers and the Broncos. Right after this, we'll see you with the Lamar Hunt Trophy presentation right after the game. Enjoy the second half here on CBS.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, together with Nextel. Yes, you can.
Tomorrow, it's a new generation of comedy when Jenna Elfman returns to TV. But first, for the woman of his dreams, Charlie's making the ultimate sacrifice. Total abstinence.
Last night, I delayed gratification. What'd you do? Wait till she fell asleep?
2.5 men. Then, this lawyer is all business.
You warned me you were no fun and I didn't listen.
But that's all about to change.
We can come to a good compromise. Whoa!
It's Jenna Elfman in the premiere of Courting Alex, following a new 2.5 Men. CBS tomorrow.
If I was a Super Bowl legend, I'd be one of the guys telling the current players congratulations, but stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. If I was a Super Bowl legend, I'd tell you that whatever you did during the regular season means nothing right now. Zip, nada, zilch. It's 0-0, no score, and everything to play for. Right now, the only thing that anyone cares about is who's going to be the next legend, who's going to put that ring on their finger. That's what I'd say if I was a Super Bowl legend. But I'm not. Who's going to be? Follow the road.
Mark my words, with Randy Moss at the pitcher, it's going to be smooth sailing for the Minnesota Vikings.
Listen, I love the Bears, but we're not winning 3 games this year.
Chad Johnson. Never heard of him.
Man, that Drew Rosenhaus, that guy knows how to manage his athletes. This guy's money. I know, right? I wish he was my agent. Check this out, I wrote this.
The first thing I'd do is fire Mike Holmgren.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. Sprint, together with Nextel. Yes, you can.
A year ago, Pittsburgh was hosting the AFC Championship Game and was down by this exact score at halftime to New England. 24-3 Steelers. All systems go. What a game that's been called by Bill Cowher and his coordinator on offense, Ken Wisenhunt. They issued an early challenge. They got the fumble overturned. Roethlisberger hits Wilson and Ward for scores, and the bus is halfway home to Detroit. Second half coming up at the AFC Championship in a moment.
Catch the hit comedy, How I Met Your Mother, CBS tomorrow.
When it comes to safety, we all know how important air is here. But who thinks about it here? Lexus does. With electronic sensors in the RX to warn you when tire pressure is less than optimal. Because if you have enough air here, you may never need it here. See your local Lexus dealer today.
Nothing wakes you up like a classic Egg McMuffin or bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Or get going with a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Or hearty steak, egg, and cheese bagel sandwich.
At Progress Energy, we deliver far more to communities than just power. We deliver assistance and insight to create jobs and help companies grow. We deliver training and grants to improve education. We deliver our time to support those in need. We deliver what it takes for communities to thrive, to be healthy, and to prosper. The relentless pursuit of excellence. It's what we're all about. Progress Energy. People, performance, excellence.
The Ford F-150 or the Toyota Tundra? Who's got the most standard horsepower? Well, with a big I-Force V8, the Tundra has 40 more horses than the F-150. With that much more standard horsepower, you'll always be in the passing lane. The full-size Toyota Tundra. Go ahead. Take our horses for a ride.
Now with available cash back and the XSP Sport Package discount, get $4,000 in total savings. Toyota, moving forward.
It's the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers, the AFC Championship.
One mind, one team, one heart, one player through the hole, one goal from the start. To dominate the art of the black and blue and watch the Super Bowl dreams till they all come true.
The winner goes to the Super Bowl and the loser goes home.
Well, we've got 2 quarters to play, and it's 24-3 Pittsburgh. Jim Nantz with Phil Simms, Armin Katayan, Bonnie Bernstein. The only question I can ask you now, how can Denver possibly get back into this game?
Well, Jim, they can't get back into it. You know, everybody's going to say, well, they got to start scoring some points. First, they got to find a way to slow Pittsburgh's offense down. Defense, do it first. Don't gamble. Because if you gamble, Pittsburgh will take advantage of it, because I don't think the Steelers are going to just shut it down here in the beginning of the second half either.
Well, the second quarter completely dominated by the Steelers. They threw a touchdown on the first play of that quarter to Wilson. Now look at the wide receivers picking up 135 yards in that half. Cedric Wilson coming through. Ward with a touchdown. And this game brought to you in high definition. Sauerbrunn and the Broncos, they have to kick it away. Start the second half to Coakley and Taylor. Sauerbrunn to Taylor at the 3. And a good tackle by Keith Burns. Scoring recap here. First, a Reed field goal, 47 yards at the end of a 12-play drive. Then Wilson, 12-yard touchdown reception from Roethlisberger. Elam with the only points, 23 yards out for the Broncos. Bettis, 3-yard touchdown run. And then Ward, as Ferguson maybe mistimed that jump a little bit. Ward from Roethlisberger. There are your second quarter numbers. 10 first downs, time of possession. It's all Steelers. Let's see what happens in this second half. Right away they throw. Ward with Foxworth backing them up. But a gain of about 6.
Jim, if you're the Denver Broncos, earn your way back into the game. Don't gamble too much. Just be patient. Keep doing what you've been taught. Don't vary from the script. Don't give up a big play in a situation like this or anywhere here early and just close out the game for your football team. Make the Steelers keep playing.
Second down and a short 4. Parker getting the backfield. Foxworth, the rookie, coming up with the tackle for a loss of 2. And let's go down to Bonnie. All right, we'll get back to Bonnie in a moment. 3rd and 6 on the way. Billy Parker pretty much held in check, but 2 nice rushes at the end of the first half, helping set up a touchdown. And they're 6 of 7 today on 3rd down. Something Cowher emphasized so heavily when we met with him last night. Open, Ward, tackle. I think forward progress will be good enough for the first. By a plenty.
When you look at this game so far, you go, well, how come the Pittsburgh Steelers are picking up these splits and giving Ben Roethlisberger just enough time to throw it down the field and pick up first downs? Remember, the Steelers, what do? All during training camp and every week as they get ready for the opposing team. They practice against their own defense. They're used to seeing blitzes. They're used to reacting, and so far today they have been terrific against this Denver Broncos blitz.
First down, 37. Parker, right side open. Ball loose and out of bounds. He got walloped by Nick Ferguson, but no Bronco in the area for the recovery.
Yeah, the ball keeps bouncing Pittsburgh's way. They've thrown some passes. Boy, nice block down inside by Kreider. Alan Faneca pulls around, just good blocking. Hines Ward, but a tough hit by Nick Ferguson. Unfortunate for Pittsburgh, it goes out of bounds.
I tell you, Bailey had a hand in there. He was trying to strip it. It may have been the one that caused it. No matter, still Pittsburgh ball, 2nd down and 8. It's Bettis. And he drives for a gain of 5, and now let's go back down to Bonnie.
Well, Jim, Bill Cowher wasn't as excitable as you might expect knowing his personality. It almost seemed like he was trying to brainwash his team at halftime into believing they didn't have a 21-point lead. He said, I told my guys, as far as I'm concerned, this football game is 0-0. There's a whole lot of time left to play. We have to play smart, but we cannot play cautious.
Well, they've been playing hungry all postseason and at the end of the regular season. We're hungrier. We're energized by how we got here the hard way, last team in. 3rd down and 3. Those are the words of Cowher. Roethlisberger, and Randall has it for another first. Roethlisberger steps up and lobs it right into the arms of Randall L.
Well, what they did, they crossed 2 receivers right in front of Ben Roethlisberger. Randall L coming this way, and that is so tough. You can see the defender has to stay back because he does not want to get hit by another player. Both receivers crossing in front. Anytime you play a defense that likes to cover receivers man-to-man, when you cross them in the middle of the field, that's the hardest thing for a defensive back to cover.
Roethlisberger 80% on target to 8 different receivers. Parker. He is stuck right away by Veal for no gain. Roethlisberger looks like it's there for him anytime he wants it. Who will win the Super Bowl? Who will win Super Bowl 40? You can vote at NFL.com. Jerome Bettis returns to the lineup. On 2nd down and 10. Fake to Bettis. He looked for Ward. That was shut down. And Jerome can't handle that one. 3rd down on the way. Bill Cowher. This is his 6th visit to the AFC Championship game. But the first time he's been in this game on the road. 6 times in 14 years as the head coach. 14 years, 141 wins, 10 wins a year. 93 coaches have come and gone in and out of the league, head coaches, since he was named 14 years ago yesterday as the man to direct the Steelers. 3rd down and 10. Parker with the grab, but short of the first. Now what will they do at the 35?
Good question. What do? Do you go for it on 4th down? Do you punt it, or do you kick the long field goal? And I think every one is a tough decision for Bill Cowher. He's taking his time and thinking about it.
If you try the 52, 53-yarder and you miss, you set up the Broncos outside of the 40.
You could give them momentum, I think, Jim, to get right back into it. I would go for it or punt it. The field goal would not be in my decision making. Of course, I'm not the coach.
Nope.
That was his decision. Take a delay of game. He's going to punt it.
Bring Gardocki out for the first time to punt. He's the holder. Jeff Reed.
5-yard penalty, 4th down.
You know why I like this play, Jim? He's going to put the pressure on the Denver Broncos to go a long way for a touchdown to get back into this football game.
Rod Smith is the returner. Darren Williams active in this game, but with a groin injury, not in there as the returner. Be his first punt return of the season. Gardocki with that 2-step action. Smith will not handle it, and the ball, look at this. A beauty down at the 2. The Steelers, what execution. Everywhere you look. Mike Logan. Iwoma down there. Chidi Iwoma. And then Logan downed it. Broncos first touch of the second half from the 2.
These low fares to your favorite vacation destination start at just $54. Book yours at Southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
Would you kindly tell me what you're doing in the road?
I'm with the help desk. You're lost. You're headed to Fresno.
Fresno, right.
This is the road to Albuquerque.
How'd you know we were lost?
The boxes told me.
The boxes?
RFID radio tags on the cargo. Helps track shipments.
The boxes knew we were lost. Maybe the boxes should drive. Very funny.
The all-new 197 horsepower Civic Si from Honda. It'll reverse your thinking.
What the hell happened down here? It's like some kind of nightmare.
It's hard to solve a case with logic when nothing makes sense. A new numbers Friday.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Well, the Steelers take nearly 6 minutes off the clock to begin the second half, and we put the pressure on Denver to start back at the 3-yard line. Having lost a fumble and a pick. Doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Over to Anderson as Porter is everywhere on this field. Let's go down to Armin Katayan.
Well, in contrast to how Bonnie described Bill Cowher, a very emotional Broncos locker room led by their emotional leader, Rod Smith. He said, we have dug ourselves a huge hole. Now we've got to dig ourselves out. They think they're going to Detroit. They're not going anywhere. If we want to be champions, we have to play like champions. Mike Shanahan saying we have to make the most of our opportunities, make some plays, beginning with this drive. Jim, back to you.
All right, thank you, Armin. Rod Smith, he jumped on this team after a loss at the Giants midseason. Coming from the end zone, throws high and right through the arms of Smith. It was a catchable ball.
It was catchable, Jim, but it did get away from Jake Plummer just enough for it to go high, and Rod Smith not able to time it and go up and make the catch.
What are you feeling right now as a quarterback when you're Jake Plummer and you've been hearing all season long people waiting for you to implode, and then you come out and you do just that in the biggest game of the year?
Well, the fumble, that was tough. The interception was one of the worst plays I've seen him have all year long. He's not thinking about that right now, Jim. Just concentrate on what you're doing. Tough situation in your own end zone.
Pass almost results in a safety, but out at the 1, and the Steelers trying to appeal their case, but he was clearly out of the end zone. Polamalu coming up.
Polamalu is one of the few players that I've seen at safety that can play deep and still get up near the line of scrimmage and make plays. And Jim, I don't know, let's watch. Does that football, yes, it does get way out of the end zone. And this will answer the question that Bonnie Bernstein said, or said Bill Cowher coming out of the locker room. He will not be cautious in the second half. Both sides of the ball, they were aggressive.
3 plays, they lose 2 yards. Sauerbrunn out in the heat. It's a driving kick to Randall L. Randall L. Springing it out to the 40, to the Denver 40. 51-yard punt, 12-yard run back. Pittsburgh in front and in position to score again.
Let's go back to the presentation. Okay. Okay, now boys.
Nothing's not moving very well on the 10. This is due to a storm.
Wherever you want to go, the Acura RL.
You have a prototype, they have a prototype. You have overseas suppliers, they have overseas suppliers. You have low-cost manufacturing, they have low-cost manufacturing. You have packaging, they have packaging. You have an ad agency, they have an ad agency. You have a supply chain that flies through customs, bypasses warehouses, and gets your product on the shelves faster. They have a new ad agency.
I thought you were getting hors d'oeuvres.
It's game time, baby. Come on now.
That's a double quarter pounder.
With cheese.
Samantha wanted hors d'oeuvres.
The double quarter pounder with cheese. Pound one. Hors d'oeuvres.
Yes.
And this is what I had in mind when I thought about you.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 40. Best Buy, thousands of possibilities, get yours. And by the Acura RL with super handling all-wheel drive.
Aerial coverage here of the championship game, provided by the MetLife plane. Ball's actually spotted at the 39. It's the 3rd time in this game the Steelers start in Denver territory. Willie Parker for about 3. Tomorrow, after 2.5 Men, get ready for a whole new generation of comedy when Jenna Elfman stars in the premiere of Courting Alex. That's tomorrow on CBS, America's #1 network. Past the halfway mark of the 3rd quarter. And when Pittsburgh gets to the 4th, with any kind of lead. Forget 21. No team's better at salting away a lead. Power 101-1 in his career when leading by 11. Parker diving ahead for 2. 3rd and short coming up. Take a look at that. 11-point lead or larger. 101-1.
Well, Jim, they've had good defenses since he's been there. You can run the football. That's how you salt games away. You look at this offense, they run the football a lot, and they get in a lot of 3rd and 4 and 5 situations. They got a vast array of plays to pick it up, and then you have a big quarterback who could move just well enough to create throwing lanes and run to pick up those first downs.
It's 3rd down and 4. No, pass incomplete. What a hit by Champ Bailey. He steps up and makes a play when Denver had to have it. Hines Ward, for a moment, I thought he might hold on.
It's almost the exact play that we saw earlier. Receivers cross them as they go across the field. And that time, Champ Bailey, alert for it, sees the football and makes an excellent tackle to jar the football loose.
Still, this is the 2nd time in this quarter Pittsburgh's had it right around the 33, 34-yard line. 4th and 3, 4th and 4. Last time they took the delay of game penalty.
Jim, it looks like they're going to do it again.
And why not? It worked out so well. They did not punt a single time in that first half. Gardocki certainly executing the first one. And they get him a little more room to work with after the 5-yard step off.
You got a 21-point lead, and now you're down to 6:05.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And you're going to make the Denver Broncos go a long way to get some points.
I mentioned this was the same score that Pittsburgh found itself down at halftime last year in the AFC Championship game. Sequentially, the exact same scoring sequence. They were down 3-0, 10-0, 10-3, 17-3, 24-3. Flip it, it's gone their way that way this year. Gardocki high in the air, and wow, Iowoma makes the play right over the top of the goal line and flying through and into the arms of Krewald. They down it again at the 3.
Special teams have killed the Steelers in the past in the playoffs. Not today.
What happened? Servers.
He's running around trying to manage all these servers.
All these servers?
What's that?
Spec sheet for an IBM e-server?
Single point of control, remote management. Oh, Ned, you shall not have died in vain. We will call IBM.
I'm not dead. Just making a point.
Take back control with the scalable IBM eServer Blade Center featuring Intel Xeon processors.
It seems like everyone's rushing to get things done faster. But sometimes the best solution is to slow things down. Budweiser Select starts with the finest American and Bavarian hops. Then we brew it longer, giving the beer a full flavor that's easy to drink. Why do we slow things down to make Budweiser Select? It's worth it. Budweiser Select. Expect everything.
To speak to a customer service rep in English, press 9. To speak to a customer service rep about your account balance, press 36.
All right.
To speak to a customer service rep about recent charges, press 6. To speak to a customer service rep about press 57. I'm sorry, I did not understand.
Sometimes you just want to get straight through. That's why there's the Citi Simplicity credit card. Simply press 0 to talk to a person. Citi. Live richly.
Access NFL.com for live scores and stats. And after the games, AOL members get exclusive NFL.com features only on AOL.
It's the world's biggest oil reserve, and it's right here in North America.
It is oil.
What does it mean for our oil future? Everything. 60 Minutes tonight.
Well, just seconds ago, Mike Shanahan calls over Terry McAuley, and they are issuing a challenge, saying they don't believe this ball was cleanly down. They want the left foot down before he got rid of the ball, and he may have a case here.
Oh, boy, did not see that.
Wow, that could bring it out to the 20.
And you know the left foot hits the white. Watch it kick up. It's on the ground, but watch. See the chalk kick up?
Well, at what point did it leave his hands?
Mike Shanahan's got better eyes than we did because we watched it twice. I did not see that his left foot could be on the ground. The football must be completely out of your hands. And that changes. Of course, you challenge it. Field position, it just gives you room to open up your playbook when you get out to the 20-yard line instead of the 3-yard line.
Chidi Iowoma. He was in on that last punt situation, downed it, helped down it, down at the 3. Now watch the left foot. Well, what do you think?
I have to see it a couple more times to give it a look. When is his foot on the ground, and when does the football come out of his hands?
I think football's still in his hands. I think this is going to be a touchback out to the 20. As athletic a play as it was, an effort by Iowoma.
And what's going to be conclusive as far as, you know, his left foot is on the ground is the fact that you can see the white chalk kick up in the air.
Again, if they win the challenge, the Broncos, they'll be starting this series at the 20 instead of being back there jailed at the 3. They need anything right now to go their way.
Well, they need that, Jim, for field position, but they really need to save their timeout because even under the best circumstances, they're going to have to use some timeouts at the end of this game to hopefully, or they hope to get back into it.
Ben Roethlisberger outstanding today. McCauley's ready to rule.
After review, the kicking team player's right hand was touching the football when his left foot touched the goal line. The result of the play is a touchback. Denver is not charged with a timeout. Please set the game clock to 6 minutes.
Well, they win the touchback. They need some touchdowns. Wednesday on CBS, you can see why over 70 million viewers have made Criminal Minds this season's most-watched new drama. Don't miss a powerful new episode Wednesday on America's most-watched network. From the 20. Into the arm. Should have been caught by Alexander. Had the defender behind him, Ike Taylor. No first downs in over a quarter.
Well, you've gotten to that time of the game, Jim, too. As you look at this Denver team, if they're down, you now have to change the way you're going to manage the game. You got to start calling more pass plays. You run it just to keep the defense honest, but you need big plays. You need some 20 and 30-yard gains.
Polamalu's blitzing. He's picked up. Rod Smith snares it. He's 2 yards shy of a first. Ridden down by Clark Higgins. Get all these guys on this Pittsburgh defense who know all about this Bronco mania, Bronco atmosphere. He went to Colorado State. Talking about Clark Higgins, where he roomed with Joey Porter. Aaron Smith on that line from northern Colorado and raised in Colorado Springs. Porter and Higgins roommates at CSU. Have it just a yard away for the first. Anderson comes in. Fake to Anderson. He was open on the little rollout. Plummer goes long instead, and a tough grab made by Rod Smith. Right over Polamalu.
It is a very nice catch by Rod Smith down the field, but Jake Plummer has the first down easily. Instead, he goes down deep, looking for the big play, and just fortunate, really, from the far side, Rod Smith makes the catch. Polamalu just can't, oh, wow, he does a good job put his right arm right up between Rod Smith's, but still he comes down with a tough catch.
Jake passed up the sure thing, picked up the biggest play of the game for the Broncos, 32 yards. This time it's Putsier, 1 yard shy of a first at the 30, and the Broncos, for the first time since the opening quarter, are starting to get any kind of rhythm going. There's Dick LeBeau, defensive coordinator for the Steelers.
And a little bit of different defense from Dick LeBeau today. Playing a little more cautious, not blitzing as much. And what that's done, it's just eliminated the thoughts or the hopes of the Broncos of getting down the field with the run or the pass to get, again, to get those big plays.
Hold on, timeout called by Denver. Timeout Broncos. Down to 3:43 to go in the third.
Where are you going? A dual-action tailgate and an industry-first lockable in-bed trunk. The Ridgeline from Honda.
Hey, that looked like my fish.
What's going on? We don't know how many converters